Hello and welcome back to Q&A with Billy Bray, where I ask Billy the most common questions that people are asking around the insurance world. So Billy, it's good to have you back again one more time. And I see you still got that LLS pin. What's going on with that?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I think this will be fun. Yeah, so the LLS volunteer, that's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, Visionary of the Year, raising money over the 10-week span to help families for research, patient care, and other things. It's a great cause and really proud to support it. We are on a mission to raise $150,000 and we're well on our way.
That's fantastic. Well, I hope that that keeps moving forwards, and hopefully you can even beat that goal of $150,000.
Yeah, well, you're raising money too, so let's do it, pal.
Yes, sir, I am. Well, anyways, let's just get right into it today. So, a big question that people are asking is, what sets your brokerage apart from the rest in terms of customer service?
Oh, well, we obsess over it is number one. I came from the large brokerages, the biggest brokerages on the planet. And my experience was a lackadaisical turnaround time. Like, oh, well, this takes time to process. You're not our only customer. These things take time. Oh, well, you should have come to us sooner. Oh, well, you should have given us more time. If you knew you were closing on that property, you should have involved your insurance broker sooner. Like all these just lame excuses. These are coming from mid-career, supposed to be highly professional people. And I'm not trying to be a cynic about it, but I'm like, are you serious? People want things done effectively, efficiently now and at a good price and with a fair level of communication. And so that was an experience that was an ongoing experience that I had at multiple humongous multi-billion-dollar brokerages. And so when I decided to form Outsourced Risk Managers, it was all about three things: clients, carriers, and customer service. And we've expanded that. Now we've got, I don't know, maybe 100 that we really focus on. But we understand that clients want something at a fair price. They want great coverage. They want great customer service. And they want resources. They want stuff that they can use for their business to make it better. And so when it comes to the customer service component, that could be a lot of things, like how fast is it? What's the level of quality, or a combination of those two? Or like, did they communicate with me, or did they just blindside me with this bad renewal, or was I surprised by this thing that nobody told me about and now I'm stuck in a bad position or a corner and I have to renew this insurance? I'm not talking about with my agency. That's how I build my business, is when other agencies do that. That's low-hanging fruit for us to come in and pick off. My staff will tell you I am a micromanager when it comes to clients that need things done, especially if it's on a service timeline. Clients that get things done in a timely manner with great communication, high level of professionalism, and even if the pricing is not so hot, or maybe the insurance carrier did something goofy like change their deductible that was not favorable to them, or increased or decreased limits or deductibles, if the brokerage does a good job of communicating, this is what's going on in the market, this is why this is changing, this is why it goes up, and this is also how it goes down, by the way. And if you have that kind of educational experience with your clients, we had a big renewal yesterday, oil field service client. This guy's very smart, highly intellectual, and I feel like our staff did a really good job on this one, from communication to service to everything. His business grew almost double year over year. So he might not have been expecting his insurance premiums to go up quite the amount that they did, knowing, okay, we've got some rate increases. Yes, your sales went way up, so you've got more exposure in the marketplace. His confusion, which was partially confusion and frustration initially, turned into an understanding, I think a little bit more respect for the service members in my office, and that educational process of, this is what's going on. No, it's not just you. Yes, it's everybody that grows, and everybody's got a market influx or a headwind. Sometimes the tailwinds help you, but in this case, it was a headwind. How does that affect you for next year? He'll be that much better of a buyer, and we'll have that much closer of a relationship next year, because he's like, hey, we didn't quite double again, but we went up, and we know the insurance premiums are going to trail that on a sliding scale partially. sometimes it's client education. Sometimes it's just dealing with the same group year over year. And so the client knows what to expect from the broker knows what to expect from the client, timelines, things like that. But when it comes to customer service, if we get fired over price, like I don't think that's really ever happened. But if somebody drops the ball, like when I was at those big shops, if somebody dropped the ball, the guy sitting right next to me, which was a multi-million-dollar producing broker, late career, almost late career, mid to late career, really good. He lost 1/2 of his book of business. That means half his revenue within a matter of 2 years because his team was not aggressive. And when I
Wow.
say aggressive, I mean missing timelines. They're letting competitive brokers get in the market before they are, which is like blocking and tackling. No, 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 don't ever do that. Be first to market to help your client. And I'm sitting here thinking, you're not good at managing your team either because you're just letting it happen and you're dealing with all these excuses. And so those big shops move slow sometimes, and the small shops like us can move real fast and we're nimble and we're quick. I can make phone calls and get things done, make decisions here on site. And look, we've got a big team of people behind us. So don't get that wrong. It's not me and Andrew, okay? Andrew's not even licensed in insurance, but he's an up and coming marketing professional, and he will be licensed in insurance because I think he's going to be really successful. But in terms of your question, look, if you don't have, we call it white glove concierge, I call it badass, highest quality level of customer service ever. If you can't tell my passion behind that and the aggressive nature that we have, we should record a team meeting because the staff knows, like, if you do everything right, you're great. If you drop the ball, like, you've got to make up for that with that customer. We call them emotional deposits and emotional withdrawals. We have them with our life outside of work with everybody, our friends, our family, our spouses, our staff members. And so the more positive deposits, I didn't make this up. This is a Jim Rohn thing or one of those guys, I'm sure. The more positive deposits you have, the better that relationship can grow. And if you just have negatives or there's more negatives than positives, then you're at risk. And so we look for the competitor. We look for our prospective clients at competitors that are at risk, and we come and pick them off. And that's how we grew to be one of the top 5 fastest growing insurance agencies in 2022, because there's a lot of brokers out there that are A, complacent, B, won't spend the money for staff, or C, just don't know how to manage them. We think that we're pretty good at all three. We're definitely getting better, and we're adding to our resource stack.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Jason Kelsey. Hungry dogs run faster is what it sounded like. I mean, it sounds like a thing of
Go
competitiveness.
Chiefs.
I see.
Yeah.
This is where I disagree, but but either way.
Oh, because he's a Patriot. He's a Eagle.
Yeah, he is.
I bet his brother taught him that, though. But we can talk
Oh,
about that in a later one.
doesn't matter. Shout out the New Heights podcast, anyways. But so another question that I do have for you though is, what is your brokerage's approach to risk assessment and mitigation for clients?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get out in front of stuff. You can't be a reactive broker. You can't be a reactive. I mean, you could be, but your career's not going to be as fulfilling, and you won't be as you just won't have as much fun. Your clients won't refer you business and stuff. So we are a proactive brokerage. We almost named the business Proactive Brokers, but I think there's a stock mutual fund company or something called Proactive Brokers or something too close. And so that was that was the name of the business. And so you've got to get out in front of things. So risk assessments are to predict or get in front of future situations, occurrences, losses, potential claims, lawsuits, things of that nature. The overall assessment and reading the policies and understanding the risk profile, and then talking to the client about, okay, here's your risk profile. You don't have to buy insurance for all of it, but it does exist. So it's creating awareness in the book of business and the community of prospective clients that this is something that you could have that maybe you don't have. Sometimes clients are at a big broker and they don't get anything, but they were sold a laundry list of stuff they would get, but they're not spending 10 million bucks. So that stuff that they said that does exist, they don't get it because they're not their highest tier client. That happens a lot. And so look, we target the smallest clients at the biggest brokers because we know they're being underserved. And that's how we grow. That's how we've grown so fast. And then we got a ton of referrals because of what we talked about a second ago, that kind of hyper proactive customer service.
That's awesome. That's really good to hear. So I heard you bringing up the past. I actually wanted to go back to the past and ask you, um, so you started this business in 2020, correct?
2020 just hit our 4-year anniversary earlier
Well,
this week. Yes, sir.
congra congratulations on that. So I wanted to ask you a question about that. So obviously starting a business in general is very difficult. But to start a business during a pandemic that the world has never seen, or at least the people that are still on it right now have never seen, how were you able to take your brokerage from being literally just yourself and no name to what it is now?
Wow. Well, to all my competitors out there, I'll do the bikini approach. I won't show you everything, but to answer your question, for my friends and for my clients, and for my people out there that might be really interested, it's like, look, I was the top producer at my last brokerage, and I won't say their name, but if you look at my LinkedIn, you'll figure out who it was. There was 400 employees. They took down that brokerage in April of 2020 to 40 employees. So I got whacked, straight up fired. And I'm like, whoa, how is that even possible? Revenue producing, top broker in the company, and just nuts. I was about to get a bunch of stock options for hitting my production numbers and all this stuff, and they ended up firing me. It's like, that's crazy. So sat down with Brooke and talked about, what are we gonna do? What's the plan? All that stuff. Well, that didn't take too long. I called and talked to, like, some of the big name guys and some of the small guys that are growing fast, and then some of the guys that are backed up by private equity. So I kind of got the full taste, and everybody's like, okay, we're going to give you this package. This is your expectations. Here's your percentage. Here's your blah, blah, blah. So none of that's exciting. Like, that's just not exciting. So I took out a notepad, and it was actually bigger than this. This is a mini one. And I wrote down, probably hit every line. He said, this is exactly what I want. And I was aggressive with it. And I wasn't even done writing yet, and I just kind of laughed. It's like, nobody's going to give me all this stuff. I've got to build it on my own. And so we were fortunate to have a lot of loyal clients. 50 out of 50 loyal clients came with me from the previous shop to the new shop. Now, that one last one took 6 months because they had to get approval from Germany head office. But finally, my boy Fabiano Cardosa, you're out there. Well, we should hashtag him on here. He finally came around to give me my 100% conversion. There was one that we left behind also that was just a client that we chose maybe would be better suited at the previous shop. We left them behind on purpose, so we didn't even ask him. So that was like a God thing. I mean, nobody converts 100% of their book of business unless they have 3 clients. So that was really, really cool and fortunate. So, and then I had some non-competes expiring, a bunch of previous clients and things like that. Some new business, a great pipeline, always had a great pipeline, and continue to, and we're able to grow that business we're closing refineries, we're closing huge apartment portfolios, we're closing private equity deals, we're closing, 7-figure premium, 6-figure premium, 6-figure premium, $500,000 premium, just back to back to back to back to back in a very short amount of time. And we just went, whoa. And that was a lot of 50, 60-hour work weeks, me, and then outsourcing a few things. And then I hired Ryan Bass, which is my longest tenured staff member, and your buddy that recruited you out of Coker University. And we ran the business for, I don't know, 2 years together, and we outsourced some stuff, but that didn't really work out too hot. And then we grew to the point where we're like, okay, we're a healthy shop, and then we just added to staff, and then we grew a little bit more, added to staff, and we always had the idea that we're going to promote and hire from within if we could. And so, like, we call them personal recruits. I recruited Ryan because I know Ryan's brother. I tried to recruit Ryan's brother. He was too happy with his mortgage-based business and probably making too much money at the time for me to really heavily recruit him. And so I hired Ryan, and I really respect Sean and his brother's, almost exactly just like him. And then, Ryan was tasked with hiring the most high quality graduate from Coker University that was a student athlete, and that was you. And we had another group of staff that was my health insurance guy recruited somebody, then he recruited his best friend, then he recruited his girlfriend. And like some of these people didn't even have insurance experience before, but we taught them, and the insurance know-how was here. And then with our external vendors like attorneys, actuaries, claims representatives, things like that. So a lot of this stuff we did on a contract basis while we were growing. So if somebody filed a claim, I'm not a claims expert. I know the process, but how to negotiate one and like how to really be kind of nasty with the insurance company to get them to actually do what they want. We've got, Eric Digg, which is the best insurance attorney here in Houston. He's on our, contractor staff, and then other regular, just straight up claims professionals that know how to process claims. So it's been fun, and the journey continues.
Yes, sir. Yes, it does. So another question that I got semi recently on LinkedIn was in my DMs, and someone hit me up and said, "Can you outline any educational resources or seminars your brokerage offers to help clients understand their insurance options better?"
Yeah, listen to this podcast and follow our videos, because we try to keep it really simple and kind of somewhat entertaining. I could probably be a little bit more of a jokester or stand on my head or something like that, but I'm kind of a serious guy between the hours of 8 and 6. I just I kind of loosen up after that maybe, but maybe we'll do an evening podcast. But in terms of, yeah, I mean, there's resources on our website. Call us. You might qualify for a free consultation or a personal review, and so that might be available. On my LinkedIn, I should have some articles. There's things that I've published for Energy Magazine, how to win a workers' comp audit, 5 pitfalls of commercial insurance. They're real basic and simple, but you're gonna have that scratch your head moment, like, oh man, I'm kind of embarrassed I didn't think about that. But Billy made it all so clear, and that's just some feedback that we've gotten over the years. It's been published for over 5 years. Both of those have. We do CPE for CPAs in Texas. I think we've got the 5 pitfalls on that one, and then three common misconceptions of insurance, something like that. So there's that. But just reach out to us. I also have this book that's fresh off the press, Andrew. Thank you for asking me. And I don't know if you can see that. This is specific to private equity and family office, and it's called The Insurance Equation for Private Equity and Family Offices: The Modern Approach to Insurance Due Diligence, How to Lower Risk and Increase Profit, Outsourced Risk Managers, authored by me. And it literally has a tab for who, what, when, where, why, how, and contact us. I was about to say, I'm running out. This is a really easy read, and it basically tells you if you're going to buy a company or start a fund, or if you're going to grow your business in a multi-location or acquire other businesses or sell part of your portfolio, what to do it, how to do it, why to do it, when to do it, where to do it, and then how to contact us in order to do it. The really neat thing about that is look, there's some brokers out there that do it. There's some big name shops that do it, but we do it differently. And we do it better because we've taken their clients from them, because we add stuff that they don't do. And I'll leave that to the imagination a little bit as well. If you want some information, contact us. I'll give you free advice. One of our staffs will give you free advice if you're looking for it. And we'd like to do business with you. We do a lot of this stuff at no cost, because we'd like to give you a ton of value to show you what you might be missing out on, and then come work with us and see how good life could be. And I say that a little facetiously, but we get really cool feedback. If you look at the bottom of the website, you'll see people like Lou S on my website that says, "How the hell did you do that? I didn't even know that existed. I've had the best brokers on the planet my entire career. I've built and sold 5 waste management companies. I didn't know this existed." And I'm not making fun of Lou. I love Lou. Lou's a great man. But he's, like, I'm skeptical. I didn't believe this happened. Well, okay. Well, do you want me to take the $320,000 of insurance premiums that I saved you back? Or, oh, no, we're good. Okay. So there's other things on there that will give you a little taste as well. But look, we're proud of our brand. We're proud of our people. We're proud of what we've built. And we know that we can help people, because we do. We've got 150 clients going on 200. We're really good at sales, but we're really good at creating value. We don't sell anything. We give people so much value that they're like, yeah, duh, let's go. So people say, well, can you send me an engagement letter? Yeah, it's on the way. It's in your inbox. Or like, so, So what's the fee for your services? Well, nothing. The insurance companies pay us. Or like, well, do you have? Are you taking on new clients right now? Yeah, we're taking on new clients right now because we're taking on new staff members right now, and we're hiring fantastic customer service representatives, analysts, resources, all that stuff, so we can grow. I always say, look, be prepared for success, be ready for success, and be overstaffed. Staff up, because then your clients come, and when your clients come, they're happy. What happened at this big shop that I was part of that frankly went out of business and had to sell, they were understaffed because they were squeezing their pennies too hard, and they were so understaffed that we would bring on a bunch of new business, and then the new business that was onboarding is like, what the heck is going on here? This was clunky. This wasn't good. We had zero communication. These people won't talk to us. We had, last minute renewal, whatever. You do that enough and your reputation just goes out the window. But they were watching their profit margin and they were managing to a 30% profit margin. I'm sure that whoever bought them loved it because, but their clients that went away are now probably, obviously not doing business there anymore. So thanks for letting me rant.
Of course, anytime. And just to hone it back in, I do want to say for the education, just to the person that hit up in my DMs, please check out Billy's video section in his LinkedIn. There is over 70 videos of high quality information in all of those videos. And just to transition from that, I had to get that out, was how does your brokerage maintain relationships with insurance carriers to negotiate favorable terms and pricing for their clients?
You hit me with some good questions, man. Wow. Okay. So that's a multifaceted answer. So I'll answer it in tranches. First thing is like make friends with who you're doing business with. I mean, everybody says it's a relationship business. It's a relationship business. Well, of course it's a relationship business, but it's like sometimes people get a little bit like, okay, it's a relationship business. But no, like go be friends with your wholesalers. Go be friends with your workers' comp underwriter. Go be friends with the person that's going to do this for you or do that for you or that you can do this for. Okay, so then the know, like, and trust factor. Okay, everybody knows you got to know, like, and trust people you do business with. Now, sometimes the carriers don't care about knowing you or liking you or trusting you. They'll just take what they can get. But if you're really going to have that edge, which is what you're asking, how do you get an edge, right? Go to dinner with them, go have a coffee with them, share a sports game with them, have a beer with them, whatever. Get cool with them. So you're more than just a number, or you're more than just a vendor, or you're more than just a broker that sends them the occasional deal. Be friends with them. Bring them into your circle, and it doesn't have to be your inner circle, but like loop them in. And that's one thing. That's probably like the most important, but probably like to continue and have that be ongoing is give them deal flow, give them enough premium of quality deals where they're like, hey, this thing hits my desk from ORM, from Billy or his guys, it's going to the top of their stack. And then the more times you do that, the more leverage you have. And so when I call up XYZ company, I say, hey man, I got a new one. It's got a short fuse on it. I really need some help. Can you please put me to the top of your stack? If I'm the biggest pain in their rear, that never does business with them, that never binds or gives them money, what do you think their answer is going to be? But if I'm the guy that they've got a 90% quote to bind ratio of closing, and they know it's going to be a quality deal and they're going to be able to make some money off of it, then they're going to do the deal. Now, maybe I don't go to number one in the stack, but I'm not going to get delayed more than just a short amount, right? So like I call it pulling a rabbit out of my hat. How do you pull rabbits out of your hat? You lean on your relationships. You say, listen, I need your help. If you have enough positive emotional deposits with somebody, you can ask for their help. How do you think I'm raising money for this LLS campaign? Okay. And the Rotary and everything else that you see. So the edge is the friendship. The edge is the business relationship. And the edge probably needs to be, enough common insurance knowledge of processes, procedures, claims, coverages, and the way that premiums should be structured. And I'll leave the rest up to your imagination on that.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Billy, once again for your time. I appreciate you doing this call with me. Is there any other shout outs again that you want to give? I know you said you're still working on LLS in the beginning. Is there anything else you want to say about it or anything else you want to shout out?
Look, Leukemia Lymphoma Society, it's really a great cause. We're trying to raise a whole bunch of money and help a whole bunch of people that need it. You can go to my site. I'm sure Andrew will put a link on the bottom of this, but LLS. And if you're looking to get involved with your community, visit your local Rotary Club. We have the Downtown Rotary Club of Houston that we're very proud of. And we built from scratch in 2017. Now we're the largest Rotary Club in Houston and surrounding areas, soon to be all of Texas.
Sounds good. And yes, I will say I'm a part of Billy's cause or not cause, Billy's campaign.
Yeah,
And I just wanted to say, like, these things really do help people. I know two people that have been affected by leukemia and lymphoma. They've both been able to fully recover. No, I take that back. One is fully recovered from years past. The other one is currently fighting it, but is on the right path. And
good.
doing this in their names is such a good cause to us. Please donate. I'll put the link right at the top of the description if it's LinkedIn, the bottom if it's YouTube. Don't worry about where it'll be. Just look for it and please consider donating.
Absolutely.
All right, Billy. Thank you for your time and have a great rest of your week.
See you next time.